Okay. Turn off console, because I was just playing that for background music. You should be good to go. Alright, we're going to start this now. Let me know what it sounds like, if you can hear, if it's loud enough, you can hear the sound clearly. Nice raid. Sounds good? Okay. As you can tell, I TAS these menus. Not really, but... Alright, rolling in. Alright, let me pull up my notes. I'll kind of follow along here. So I guess I'll explain the timers real quick. The top left or top right time is the room time. So it's measured in seconds and in frames in the second two numbers. The second timer or the second counter is the amount of lag frames, and then the final counter is idle frames. So that's how many frames are like for text boxes, how long you waited before mashing the actual text box or during a menu or something like that. Was it frame perfect mashing? No. Actually, turbo. I tested turbo with that room, and it wasn't. It was actually slower for whatever reason.
If you hold left after talking to the uncle, you can sometimes move for a frame, and he got it there.
And you can actually nudge those doors too. If you nudge the door 2 pixels to the right, you save a frame sometimes. I'll try my best to follow along with chat, but if you guys have any questions, I can rewind the video after it's done.
Yeah, not every room is going to be perfect in this, just by the nature of having a human player, but
yeah,
it's going to try to get as close as possible.
No, this was done on version 9. But yeah, this is as close as I possibly could do. Like he said.
This room is really good.
Yeah, this is pretty much perfect.
Try to get an 801 in that room. It's really hard.
Yeah, I'm confident that it would be very hard to do better. This room's actually kind of hard too because of
Yeah, there's a lot of D-pad switches, and you're pumping the entire time, so pretty hard.
Alright, this spin here is pretty risky. I don't recommend doing it that far left, but
yeah,
I got the correct frame rule for that, so... TAS is my favorite speedrunner too. He's so fast. Now, this room was pretty good, but I could not match it, Josh's time in here. It's pretty close though. I dare you to
yeah,
252 key, by the way.
It's the hardest room in Escape, in my opinion.
No, this was a good learning aid. This is probably like the best, one of the better learning aids, I would say, just because you got room times to go off of and see why the room is as fast as it is. But a lot of these little rooms like this one, like they're all like pretty much maximized, I would say. Like obviously you just hold down there. You can't do any better than 426.
Yeah, having the room time reference is really good, because if you're playing on the hack yourself, you can, see where you're losing time. And you might be surprised to see that, what you might think is a simple room, you might be losing 15 or 20 frames in.
Yeah. Yes, pretty much I recorded each room and just made a save state for each room. Alright, The throne room. I dare you to beat Mike's time in this room. There's no way. Like this is the hardest room in Escape to get right. It's so hard, and I don't know why. But pushing the shelf from higher is actually better here for my testing.
I could have just better too. 1620s are hard to get though.
Yeah, any 16-2X is good in that room. Yeah, I don't know why higher is better. I like tested it, and it's for some reason just better. That gamble there is only good if you don't have the boomerang, but I had the good RNG, so I just took it. But normally, if you go left there, it's a gamble. Sometimes that snake's not there, and you can just go around without booming. This key grab's pretty good too. When you do a diagonal boomerang in, to the key, you always get it. Even if, unless like a blue rupee gets in the way, but if it like a blue rupee and a key are on top of each other, it will grab both items if you do a diagonal throw. Yo, nice escape time.
544 easy every time. There's some random lag in some of these cutscenes.
Yeah,
this one especially.
Yeah, actually, if you have one heart, it's it is significantly faster. But the lag is definitely random in that room. That's the lowest you can exit the screen, is that pixel. And I just held right here. You got the nudge and the anti-pump tied on that screen. Yeah, we're skipping the sandcart. I don't think we need that. And thanks for all the subs, guys. I know that you guys are subbing, but like I can't like pay attention to that right now. I'm sorry. But thanks, I appreciate it. This screen's really hard to get right.
It's important to wall pump on this screen. It's like 3 seconds it adds up to on this screen. Wall pumping these stairs.
And you want to wake up that Armo statue as early as possible. That's why I stayed low there. And cut that diagonal that close. My steer pumping probably could have been better here, but... I can't beat Mike's 503 or 502 in that room.
Scrivo's gonna whine about how you didn't boomerang the Popo.
Yeah, I know, but that was after. This was before he found that. So
yeah.
That's a little risky skipping that guy there if he's going down, but I was able to squeeze through him. This room is really good.
Yeah, if the right skeleton drops the magic there, it is faster to boomerang it. But I think Blunt just wanted to show like a really good room time in the room.
Yeah, I felt like that was a bit more important. Getting a good like boomerang throw too, it's a bit harder. It's okay, we're not gonna need the 3 frames. Did decide to slash that guy. Booming is faster, but oh, check this strat out. This is something Josh found.
Yeah,
I got it to tie.
Someone came up with one where you throw straight, and I came up with that variation. Getting boosted there anywhere but right towards the stairs can lose half a second plus.
Yeah, it definitely
it's
does.
So important. Yeah.
You can also throw that boomerang at the pot, like straight. I think I saw the blues do that. And I feel like that works just as well. This right side, this is just as fast as taking left side. Just take the side that has better RNG. It was also in TAS 5. Okay, I get really close to these Igors just to show how fast you can kill them. This was a pretty good room too. This room's hard to get right. 801's really solid. You can beat it though. Also, for this cannonball room, I find it better to diagonal a bit before you start pumping, so you can get a cleaner shot at the door there.
Yeah, you want to hit the right edge of that switch, so you can get a good door.
These Igor rooms are a little crazy, so...
This is an insane time. Like, get out of here.
That's... I think one of the room sheet had a time that was 1 frame faster. But I got the 10 arrow drop and the red rupee, so it's definitely beneficial for the long term. 10:19 Eastern.
Yeah, there's a better Armo strat, but I guess you decided not to do it.
No, because everyone does that strat, so I kind of wanted to show like the best time you can really get, or one of the better times you can get.
Yeah, even the top players. I think Jaden's basically the only person who goes for the best one in the run.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jaden. It does that strat does save time, but I didn't want to like, I don't know. I just feel like not enough people go for it. I know Selna would do it sometimes as well. Oh, also in this room, you could talk to JoshRTA pretty low, and then I did time walking out as faster there if you speak to him that low. And this is a hard screen to get right too because of the stair pumps. 10:33 sort up. Yeah, it's a little insane time, but. A lot of these screens are hard to get right too, because you want to exit, like in a TAS setting, you want to exit the screen as high as possible. You don't want to like overshoot the dash anywhere. This screen was pretty good too.
Oh yeah, very good. That was very good.
You get double pump towards the book there too, save some extra frames.
You saw him wait there to slash his sword till he was on the ladder, and that's because when you're moving on a ladder, you actually don't move any slower with your sword out. But if you're on normal ground, you do. So it's a little risky to wait that late RTA, but you know, in a theory test, you can play very risky.
Yeah, like this screen I played really risky, save some time. But sometimes you can get hit by that guard sometimes if you don't do the diagonal movement. Oh, I know what time it is. It's TAS time. Unironically. Okay, so here I actually went for the dash after this cutscene, which I also timed as faster here, but it could have been because of how far I was away from the tablet when I triggered the cutscene. That screen's low-key hard to get right too.
Definitely. You go for a different strat here as well compared to GT5. You use the mic strat going right at the BMOS.
Yeah, which is like 2 frames slower, but it's much easier. I like that
definitely.
strat a lot. I do it in runs. This room's a little tricky because of the... You gotta wait for the cooldown. Oh, chest turn for Jaden.
In the wrong direction.
In the wrong direction, but it was the fastest room time I got there, so...
Yeah. It actually helps for that dash to not be facing the chest.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the more beneficial chest turns. Movement in this room is updated over GodTas 5. This is something WQ found. You begin that dash closer to the bottom of the stairs, you get way faster room times.
Yeah. For sure. Y is kind of complicated.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go into that doctorate level Link to the Past.
I didn't do the book mash because I timed it as slower. Sorry, Andy. That room's really hard to get right, but don't ever dash in there, please. I see people dash in there and it's slow. This room has like perfect RNG. It almost doesn't get better than that. Oh, you don't want to pump in that room either. Towards the door, it's slower.
Yeah, just hold diagonal after the key.
I don't know why it's slower there either. It's really strange.
This is really good torches, by the way. Torch rooms are like...
very difficult to get right.
They're all very difficult, basically. 2 cycle, 3 cycle? What are we thinking?
I don't know, man. I'm a little rusty. Oh dang, 2 cycle, wow. That's pretty crazy.
Nice 1614 desert pendant. $16.27 sword up, wow. That's 33 seconds faster than Zelna's PB. There's a faster strat in that last screen too with Cactus Dash. Not many players do that one either.
Yeah, I decided not to do that because of... I don't think anyone's going to be going for it, but Cactus Dash is faster.
Jane's offended.
I'm sorry, Jane. This isn't GodTas 6, it's GodSplice. I didn't taint the GodTas name by calling it GodTas 6, so... I'm sorry, man. I tried to take more consistent strats here. This strat is really fast, by the way. I like it a lot.
The arrow shot stays around 10 frames.
Yeah.
So if you have the arrows, it's a nice strat.
These cave rooms are a little weird to get right. I think Cactus Dash is only consistent if you're Jaden or...
yeah, Jordan has a 100% success rate with Cactus Dash. Interesting fact about him.
Oh, really? Dang. I really need to step it up for GodSplice 2 in 2028.
2028.
Yeah. You can actually get a little pixel boost there, I found. It's so weird the way that screen works. But this screen, I'm not even kidding, it took me like 3 to 4 hours to get a good screen of this. This is a very difficult screen to get right. So the time I get here is really good.
Yeah, it's very good, for sure. Quick Warp is on the right side of that tile, by the way. Just saw him get with a buffer.
Yep.
If you don't know about Quick Warping, well...
Yeah, I'm not gonna really get into the, like... this is just, like, for the detailed stuff.
Yeah.
This room was really good, but I actually got it a frame faster after recording it. It was 6:30. I didn't do the boom dash here because It's risky. So I wanted to show what kind of time you can get without it, but I love the boom dash, personally.
That's another strat not many players do.
Alright, Jane's gonna unfollow me.
I think that boom dash, I can only get it to save like 5 or 6 frames over the time you get there.
It's very risky because of the Moldorm at the top of the room.
Yeah, not dashing with your sword out.
Yeah, and most of the time you have to cut your dash short to avoid it, so you're not really saving any time.
Yeah, I would say it's a gambly strat. Doing the diagonal boom dash, by the way, is better. Like,
yeah,
flat
it's
out.
for snapping
It's
into
faster.
the door. This torch strat is Pincus's. I like it a lot. Or maybe it's Scudge's, I don't remember, but that torch strat in particular is faster. "25 frames? This was a pretty good Beatles.
I can't get it to save 25 frames compared to what the strat blunt did. I can't get to save 25 frames over that at all.
I did get it to save 10
Yeah.
with good RNG, but it was a tough grind. This is another room that took me a few hours to get right, because I actually had to learn how to do this strat, because I never really put any time into early bomb jump. There's a chest turn. The wrong direction again, but I hope that makes up for everything that I'm not going for here.
Yeah, that strat, since it saves so much time, like it saves like 2 seconds. So
Yeah.
it's like 123 players do go for that strat, because even though it's risky, it's so much time you can't ignore it.
I get some chest turns, I promise.
This is a really good Moldorm. When you're practicing Moldorm, try to get consistent sub 30 fights. That's my
Anything
advice.
below 28 is really good.
Yeah, 27s are really, really good. But, you know, even getting a 29 or a 28 is a solid fight.
That 509 Hera, though. This is a really weird screen, too. I was getting random times on there because of the hop off the ledge.
Yeah, what pixel you jump at determines how that ledge hop goes.
So, something about these Lost Woods screens coming up here. Mosaic transitions in a run setting actually lag a lot more. So I actually recorded this particular screen in the preset, but it's not a big deal. It's because I was having a lot of weird issues, but I actually didn't lose, or I didn't like save any time by doing that. So is that 2243 Master Sword? So it's better than some no save and quit times. Yeah, that what Pincus said. It's pretty accurate. Yeah, look at the grab for the Master Sword. That's where you want to grab it.
Yeah, you don't want to climb the stairs to the pedestal.
Yeah.
That's a little mistake a lot of players make.
I actually knew you could grab it from higher, but I didn't know you can grab it from far right like that for the longest time.
Goes for the slash kill on the crow, and it's a few frames different to dash kill him.
No, oh yeah, I was answering Jaden's question. No, it's not faster actually. Not, at least not from what I timed. I could be wrong, but I did time that too. But the Master Sword screen's kind of random with the lag too, so...
Yeah, it has very random lag. it can vary by like 20 or 30 frames. Just for no reason, really, that I could tell. It's definitely the best strat in the main hall there, but be careful not to clink the top guy's sword, or on certain frame rules he'll hit you.
Yeah, you don't want a menu to boom that early. This room's really good, by the way.
Yeah, it's a very good room. And so is this.
Yeah, this was a really good room time as well. I had a good frame roll.
Yeah, those guards have some frame roll based AI, and they can, if they come at you very quickly, you can do it that fast, but a lot of times you have to delay your slashes and your dash a little bit.
This was a really good room too. Pretty sure you can get a sub 16, but that's tough to beat.
Yeah, one of the things with the Dark Maze room is understanding like anti-rails and not holding diagonal against the ends of any railing.
Yeah. This right side pathing is definitely the best to do in that room, by the way. This key dash. Okay, this room. This is a really good room time, so good luck with this one.
Yeah, that red spears. Jeez.
And this is the bad RNG here.
Yeah, this is an old Cypher strat that I'm kind of wanting players to get back into. So I think it's actually very good. It's faster than waiting and boomeranging the guy as he walks in front of you.
I didn't go for the dash here either. It's not consistent. But you want to cancel your dash at the stairs there to avoid stair lag. The little stairs before you go into the next room.
Yeah. And you can cancel that dash just with up, since you dashed past a pit. So you don't have to use diagonal or anything. It's actually quite easy to do.
Jane with the chest turn, roasting me with that. Yeah, that circle of pots, yeah, it's been around a while, but I don't ever see anyone do it.
I think it's a lot easier to do if you see the guy going right first instead of coming left. You just have more time to set up.
Oh yeah, there is an alternative strat where you can menu to the mirror. I
He
messed
did
around with
cancel
that a
the stair
little
lag,
bit.
Jaden.
Wait, what's that?
Oh, Jaden asked if you canceled the lag.
Oh yeah, I did. I
said
did.
you did.
I did.
Yeah.
This Aghanim is actually really good because of the amount of warps distance. It's very short for like all of them, I think. So this is a really good Aghanim time for those who are for those who want to time this fight. Oh yeah, I forgot I left this in the transition here.
The glitch screen. Yeah.
Got a little messed up, but it was a practice hack thing, so didn't lose any time. I did a frame by frame advance with my PB, and it was the exact amount of frames.
Yeah, that's one thing not many players realize. It's kind of the only tech to the Aghanim fight is to try and hit him towards the middle of the room to statistically lower his warp distances.
Yeah.
And particularly like with a lightning phase, if a lightning phase is the next attack, you know where he's going to warp. So you can also use that to your advantage.
Oh, by the way, I was a little mad that wasn't a sub 28 sword up light world. But I took bad RNG in that Aghanim's tower on purpose to show off that strat.
Yeah.
Which loses nearly that amount of time from my testing. But I think it's important that people know about that strat. Would have been sub 28 if I cactus dashed. Okay. I mean, I did get a 553 desert, which is a little insane. And this is a good Kiki dash.
It's actually really important. Like, if Kiki's even, like, several pixels away from you, your screen's gonna be slow.
Yeah.
Because he just moves like a sloth. He's not a monkey, he's a sloth.
Walking in the entrance there ties the fastest time I was able to get with dashing. But I think at most it can save a frame. Okay, by the way, let's talk about menus for a second. I hate menus so much after doing this. They are such a pain in the ass. Like and Pod has a lot of 3 input menus, but you lose so much time to menus, it's insane.
Yeah. That third number in the top right shows how much time you lose to a menu. And I guess this menu, you'll see it's a 3-move menu, and he's going to lose probably somewhere between 10 and 15 frames on that.
It's 13.
Yeah, 13, yeah.
Which is like good for that type of menu, because it's all the same direction. Same with that menu. It's really hard to get good times. This screen's hard to do right too, believe it or not. I mean, I'm good at menus now, but
I think hammer jump you're gonna lose half a second in the menu. I think.
Yeah.
And it's just because it has 2 3-move menus. Menus low key the hardest part of hammer jump.
Yeah, because you menu twice and it's 2 3-input menus. I had got one with 26 idle frames, and I like diagonaled the door on accident and lost like all the time I saved from the...
You actually don't save a frame with left big key because the chest object is actually asymmetrical, and you have to walk further from the left to open the chest than you do from the right.
Yeah, I also got the same results when testing that.
So it's more just go which way you prefer. I prefer to go from the right. Like, I just get it faster on average for me. But
it's a good statue, but I made some minor errors in there. But it was the best I got. It's another really good mimic strat here too. At the 10 arrow drop.
yeah, unfortunately I taught Blunt something about statue movement a little late in the production of this.
Yeah, I was a little mad about that, but it's fine.
So that movement in that room is what you want to do.
Yeah, that movement is definitely better.
That is a Timon find. That's an improvement over GodSplice 5.
Oh, I need to put that in the notes, actually. I couldn't remember who found that.
You definitely want to be off the orange pegs when you beam to the right. If you're on them, it just loses time.
Yeah, I don't know where that extra key came from. I forgot about that, but for some reason, when I went into Pod, I've had that extra key, and I didn't notice it until after I finished recording Pod. I don't know why it was there.
This is bad RNG here, but you can still do the fight very fast with the fireball phase. I'm actually glad you showed that.
Yeah, I didn't want to just do no fireballs, because obviously I could have got a 27. But
yeah.
This was basically a 27 fight. It's just the lag you get from the fireballs. You get so much. That was basically a 27 fight.
Yeah.
And I did record these cutscenes on the original ROM, since the practice ROM has strange text. The text actually appears slower on the practice hack. I think it's just due to all the lag.
Yeah. Practice hack definitely runs the cutscenes differently. And it even goes back to ACM's original save state hack. So it's just something about it is messing with the cutscenes.
Yeah. And I even took the time to get the same ammo count, so yeah. Nice 557 pod. I feel like that's, you can't do much better than that. I don't think. Maybe 556. Try hard.
That was stuff. Really good, yeah.
This screen could have been a little better too. It's hard to get this one right because of the dashes is really tough. It's a big screen. Any big screen like that, you're losing time. That early dash here.
It's pretty risky to go for in a run as well.
Yeah, if you can read the rope RNG, you can kind of gauge how you want to do that. This was hard screen to get right too. You want to exit very far left.
I think this is different than GT5 too, yeah.
Yeah, I do the menu here first. It's not really RTA. Well, I mean, you don't really want to do it in RTA because usually you use this pause buffer to set up this quick warp. But you save a menu input there.
Yeah, it's faster because your menu to the mirror is quicker without the shovel in your inventory. WQ is going for that in runs now, so it's not like no one does it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that screen was pretty hard, Jaden, for me as well. It took me a long time to get it right. Because you don't want to like lose time from placing the warp. Like that was pretty much best warp spot. Excuse me. I don't know if this sword slash is faster here, but I like it because you can do the spin faster and it's easier for me to pump along the hedges here after the spin. So I kept it. I don't think it's any slower, but a little bit of extra lag here on these screens because of mosaic stuff. 557. It's pretty good with the amount of lag I got there. But here, I get 96 lag, and when I loaded it from the preset, you get like way less. It's insane. You can get like a 640 something on that screen. But it's in the real run, so it's okay. A little nudge there, but this that statue pull was perfect. You could save like another 5 frames on that screen probably.
Probably.
Yeah, Josh got a 938 on that screen. I spent like an hour and a half farming it and I couldn't beat it. It's because he got like a really good attempt. That low dash is, if you're fast enough, you can do that. And if that fire snake goes down, you can start the dash from the staircase exit. And I got the pot grab as being faster here if you dash from the door. People should be going for this strat too. Do the top dash is way faster.
Oh yeah, definitely. There are a few RNGs that doesn't work right for, but most of them it does.
Wait, do you see how fast I do this this bomb floor here? It just makes me laugh every time because when I frame advanced it, it was like the last frame. Exiting the room. You can get through those. Get through that Patrick Star with that strat. Maybe if you get the bad RNG. Another screen that's hard to get right is this prison cell here. The dashes are very,
Oh yeah, for sure.
very, very difficult.
I like how your best attempt walks up.
Yeah, I walk up like
accidentally.
two pixels there on accident and nudge. But nudging is actually fine in that room because it lines you up with the door when you exit. So it's probably better in real time to nudge the prison on the way down one of the prison walls. I actually do waffle strat here.
Waffle strat is really nice.
Yeah, this is just an alternative, safer strat. Like, it removes the RNG in that room completely, and it can still be really fast.
This is a big improvement over GT5. He's going to use beams here to kill blind very early. If you go look at GT5 and where blind dies, you'll see.
2659 with 4 idle. I don't know how, must have been snoozing on that one text box. Yeah, I think I'm sure that wasn't intentional, Jaden, to have the bad blind in GT5, but it's easy to overlook a fight like that too. Good old crystal cutscene. .655 thieves. It's 5 seconds faster than anyone's ever done it. And
So I'm noticing that in the menu, you're from hammer to bombs, you're going up right instead of left left.
oh,
And I'm just wondering if you tested left left
I didn't.
at all.
Oh, wait. You mean up left? You mean that's what I did, right?
You did up right.
Or upright,
From hammer-
sorry. And you're
hammer to
saying
bombs,
that
yeah.
that left. I couldn't get that faster.
Yeah,
Any
same
menu-
actually.
Yeah, any menu that has the same directional input. By the way, these screens are hard to get right.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of the freaking stone. But anyway, yeah, I find that it's easier to do 2 different directions for 2 menu if you have that option. It's a little bit better. Maybe not for RTA, but definitely in the TAS setting, it's better.
I agree, or I at least come to the same conclusions using the idle frame count.
It could be riskier in a run if you're trying to do it fast with 2, depending on how your D-pad is.
It's important to try to talk to these doors low, like he did there.
Yeah. This could have been a little better too. It was hard to enter that door correctly. And this screen's hard to do, right? The hardest part about like rooms like that where you don't see the room time right away, you kind of have to just guess if your movement's good enough. Alright, I didn't dash there. It is faster, but I did not take the dash there on purpose because walking there is only a little slower. This statue could have been a little better as well. I pushed the statue a bit too far, but this was still a really good time for this room. Anything 12.2x.
Legend has it you can get a 12.1x.
Yeah, I know. That's why I spent an hour and a half in that room. Like anytime Josh got like a ridiculous time in a room, I was always like trying to at least get close to it, and sometimes it's just you gotta take a loss.
Yeah, it'd be quite the lengthy production if you try to be perfect, absolutely perfect in every room.
Yeah, I felt like I spent a lot of time trying to just get rooms perfect when they didn't necessarily need to be perfect, but like that room is, you can save 2 frames. This room, I didn't know you can get a 305 until later, but not a big deal. This strat here, walking out and dashing to the left is very fast. It's very consistent too, works for all RNGs.
Yeah, that's a different thing from GT5 too, and from the wisdom and tech from that era. The strap one just is definitely better as far as I'm concerned.
Menu buffer in that room. It's not something you normally see, but that room was really good. When you're about to dash, you want to get as close to the spike as possible to maximize the time save in there.
Nice moth.
The diagonal in the Moldorm room. I know you like that. It's really hard to get the RNG to cooperate for you to do that. That's why I did the buffer.
Going in the hole from the... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, going into the moth hole from the bottom, I get to be 1 frame faster, but there's like some weird thing where the spike sometimes hits me. I'm not sure if I like it in runs.
Also, for some reason, this cutscene I lost a second on in comparison to Zelda's Gold, and I recorded it twice and got the same exact frame count. I don't know how. It must have been. It's not really a big deal, but I just like went and left it. 'Cause maybe it's a way Moth dies or something. It might affect that cutscene. So the flute menu, I didn't know you can just hold A and use the direction to select it before the screen fades out. So that was something I actually learned. And I'm aware people already knew that, but
I don't think many people do know that. But yeah,
oh,
you can.
That's how you handle that RNG, by the way. Just begin your dash facing left, and you will block that spear. You will not lose any time.
I think you did learn that for the rest of the flute menus, though, right? It was only that one.
Yeah, that menu was just fast, but for that particular menu, I didn't know it, but it was still a fast menu.
This screen is hard, and that strat is hard. Picking up the rock from the left.
Yeah, I'll upload this to YouTube after. I'm gonna have a version with and without commentary. Yes, this is spliced.
That strat saves like 3 frames, Pinkus. 3 or 4.
Wait, which one?
Picking up the rock from the left on the screen before Quake.
You're just maximizing your dash. Oh, something that Josh found out there, which I also forgot to put in the notes. You can cancel your dash into this transition with a diagonal left, up left, and when you exit the screen, you will be further. You'll be in the same spot where you entered this area when you exit. If that makes sense.
Yeah, this screen is strange because it like stores your coordinates when you enter and then reuses them to determine where to place you when you exit. So the further to the left you are, the better, because that fits with your movement goals. Yes. Back out on the tiny warp dick screen, as we call it.
I don't know, I like it. I don't have too much trouble with it, so I'm okay with it. This screen's hard to get right, but I had a lot of lag here in comparison to what you would see in a preset, so I like that buffer. This was a good whirlpool enter. That's hard to get that right. That entering that whirlpool like that is what matters. It's similar to what TAS 5 does. 245 entrance, Jesus. That's pretty early shot there. You probably don't want to do that and run, but just want to show how early you can do it.
Yeah, I think there might be some frame roll stuff happening with a really early shot like that. I'm not sure though.
Yeah. You can clip into this pot here. I'm not sure if that's a known thing or not. I think it is, but the clip into that pot was getting better times. This was pretty risky. You want to take damage from that jelly on purpose to save time.
Yeah, it allows you to stand like on the explosion, so you fall into the hole as soon as possible. Like as soon as it's formed, apparently, you know.
For that Stolfo screen, if you place the bomb to the left, like I did there, that was kind of like perfect. But if you place the bomb like left, you get less lag in that room. You get better room times too. Definitely saves like 35 frames or something like that.
That's one thing that was found in this that might need to be tested on an original cart.
Yeah. This is a perfect room.
Or the original ROM.
And that Waffle, that was something that Waffle found a while back. That's still the fastest strat in that room for Firebar.
Yeah. I think WQ found it, where he like turns to face south, and you actually don't waste any time doing that.
Yeah.
Because the block moves so slowly that you're still able to catch back up to it.
Yeah, you lose no time, and it's better for when you enter the bottom room for sure. The setup that I use here is courtesy of Shadows. I guess he's now known as 0J. It's really useful for getting the earliest possible spin.
And you also want to spin him very high, so you don't have to go walking much to start the poke dashes.
Oh, I love you too, Joe D'Amelio.
Yeah, what's up, Joe?
I don't actually do both the pokes, I do the one. The menuing is because you want to have the mirror selected, because when you leave the dungeon, you want to... It like saves on human error frames, so you can just basically mash Y or time a Y press, which is actually faster. But
yeah, if you didn't have the mirror out, you would have to mash pause
and then mash mirror
and then mash Y. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're losing human error frames. That's why you menu there. Oh hell yeah, my boy got a tier 3 sub. There's a lot of really funny stuff in this overworld with like lag and stuff. Like this particular screen, you want to kill this Octorok. It's like definitely faster, especially for the next screen.
You can start your dash here out of that deep water, like a tile into the deep water.
Yeah. When you cancel your dash there, you cancel it perfectly aligned with that, the front of the building there. And you want a mirror dash there as well.
Anti-fairy skip.
That's pretty good anti-fairy skip. No, I found that as slower, Pinkus, because you're walking in the grass. I did time it as actually faster to just dash there.
Interesting. I'll have to go back and look at that. I didn't know that myself.
Yeah, I always used to walk left there in the grass too. Also, thanks everyone for the subs, by the way. Like I said, I can't really pay attention right now. I did walking in those rooms. It's like a frame slower from dashing, from what I tested. That might be wrong. 1 to 2 maybe frames. I don't know. If this skeleton dies, the red skeleton, if you kill him on the dash up before you push the lever, it saves 16 lag frames. You get 16 lag frames if he's alive, and if he's dead, you get 0. So you get faster room times.
I think he gets the bomb drop Pinkus in this room.
Yeah, I get a bomb drop here.
Yeah, so there was no...
I was very lucky, because I'm doing the more consistent swamp strats. I didn't do the early hammer dash here. Which seems to cause more lag in the top room too, but I don't know. This strat I'm not even sure about now after the lag stuff, but this was the fastest I was able to get this room. I tested all the strats in here. But the beam there is nice if the jelly goes up. But there's lag variation too, so I mean, I don't really know. I would have to really look into that.
Yeah, I don't really know what causes all the lag variation in the room.
But it might be enemy placement and just the cutscene in general.
Yeah.
This room's hard to get a good time in. I think.
Oh, for sure.
Freaking Mike has a 10:09 or 08 or something.
You make a little mistake here, not going diagonal more into the pit.
Yeah, I could have
That's
entered the
not a big deal,
pit higher because it makes this room faster,
Yeah.
but I didn't even notice it until after. It's another very small mistake I made.
Yeah. We can talk some about swimming, which
Okay,
is
yeah,
one of
swimming.
the great mysteries.
Swimming, I got faster with timing the strokes. It's very hard. Like when you use diagonals in your swimming, it's definitely faster. Like in the first room, you see like how fast I get out of the ladder. It's really fast. It's a hard room to test it in though because of the RNG. This is the room where I learned the statue tech. You want to push statues like that.
Yeah. You want to like slowly alternate between up left and up right. If you're doing it rapidly, like part of the problem is it's erroneously called statue pumping, but how fast you move doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're pushing the statue diagonally. And the more you rotate between up left and up right, the greater risk you have of accidentally holding up for a few frames, and that's very bad.
Also, that beam strat, that was also missed in TAS 5. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but it just wasn't known, or just an oversight. But you can beam that jelly; it's faster if you have sword beams this late in, which is kind of hard to get sometimes because it's swamp.
Maybe in 2014 or 2015, people never got to that room with beams.
There's definitely less lag here when you go closer to Argus. But this was the best Argus I can get with this particular RNG that I had. $57.48 swamp. But you can get like insanely fast Argus times, but I took what I got.
Yeah, the longer your hook shots are, the laggier the fight is. For sure, it can save like 10 to 15 lag frames. Also, yeah, you should have caught that crystal higher, Blunt.
Yeah, I know. I was farming this fight for a while, and I just probably just overlooked it.
Yeah.
I think I grabbed the crystal high on the recording the cutscene, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, you wanna pick up Swamp Crystal at your feet.
Yeah. 633 swamp. That menu though.
Was this the insane? No, that wasn't the insane one.
This
it's
one's
the one
6.
after Mire that's insane.
Yeah.
This is a tough screen to do well.
Yeah, I actually got pretty lucky in my attempts here because I got this within a few tries, I think. And I was dreading this screen going into it just because of how long it took me to do Hera Death Mountain. Also, when you dash there right from the warp, this is something that Timon found, but you're actually already aligned with that quick warp when you just cancel your dash with up.
This bird dash is completely free, by the way. Do it.
Oh yeah, that setup is free. Like,
yeah,
I didn't even know that for a while. Like, I think I found that out last year at some point. I thought there was some weird setup. I never went for it, but if you just do it the way I just did it there, it's free. That was a really bad stair pump too, but this was also the fastest room time I got. It said more that stair tech. So that WQ found. That setup.
If you ever miss, sorry,
I missed that. Missed that dash, you mean?
No, I was gonna talk about the bird dash setup.
Yeah, that setup seems to work okay, but not always. I don't know. I tried to copy what Jaden did in his.
Yeah.
It's no spin speed. I tried. It's not faster.
Oh yeah, that's a new thing too, from GT5. The WQ stair tech is better in that room. The same thing that happens in Power Gloves, all the way back in Desert.
Yeah, you don't want to spin speed anymore, even though it was dope. If you see that fire snake right there, go to the left, you can always take the top route, and it's faster, for those who don't know. And of course, if you got good movement here with the good RNG, you can skip that fireball. You can also beat that room by 5 frames.
That was a very good jelly key room, though.
Yeah, it's like 450 or something. It's risky dashing there with that guy, but just keep your eyes open. Usually you can dash a tile lower if he's there. (10208) torches. I was getting worried when I was timing this. I was like, this is so, I don't know what this time's gonna end up being. Wasn't sure. Okay, so this next room, Mike found something after, of course, I recorded this room, but if you dash on the second frame, not the first frame, but the second frame, you save a frame in that room. You can get 322.
Yeah, it's weird pit physics stuff.
Yeah, pit physics is something else I found was really weird.
Do you get the best Spark Gambolier?
Yeah, I think so. I do a menu, so time to remake it, no thanks.
Yeah, that's the best Spark Gamble where you're boosted right into the stairs.
Some frame roll stuff in the anti-fairy room too, so you can get like random good times in there. You hold diagonal out of this chest to not get any rail, nudge the rail there. If you open that chest there, this is pretty good. No hook here. I got this to be fastest. 657. And then this room, I saved 20 frames here versus grabbing that bottom pot or hooking it. So at the end of the day, that strat is faster, but you do lose the 10 frames from the heart refill, but it's still 10 frames faster overall to 20 frames faster over the strat, and then 10 frames at the end of the segment. I did beat the GodSplice's time in that room with the top pot by 2 frames. As WQ set up for the bomb wall there. I like that a lot. And we got to mess with it a bit more here. I'm gonna practice it a little more, but I like that strat a lot. It works very well. Hesitating there is like the best thing to do in this room from when I tested. Better room times. Took the nice little slope boost there. Okay, it doesn't. This is of course the WQ video here, but the trick to getting a fast fight is to shoot the arrow right as the big eyeball is popping out. Like, you have to like time the arrow perfectly to get like an 18-3x. I got like a 18-35, but I'd shot an extra arrow, so I didn't take that one because I would have had 12 arrows, and 13 is what you want to have here. But you have plenty of time.
The 800 in the in that room is, I think you got more lag there for some reason. I'm not sure about. Yeah. Yeah,
make sure you guys, like, when you are looking at the room times on the sheet, make sure you look at the lag, because rooms like that, especially after dark rooms, they have more lag for some reason. So like that was like a low 7.5x, I think, if with the like loading from a preset or something. So 8 flat or 750 now is probably the best I could do in that room.
Now that was the freshest menu in the run. 3 idle frames on a 2-move menu is actually really hard to do.
Oh, you guys are gonna like this stuff here. So I'm gonna do the Waffle House drive-through, but check this stuff out. You can double hook those. You can actually triple hook them, or hook them as many times as you want if you time it properly. But if you get that RNG, if you're going for that strat, it's faster.
Yeah, that's a newer thing, I guess. Forget who came up with it. Blink, maybe?
This Turtle Rock's gonna be insane, by the way. Glad everyone liked that. I tried so hard to include that too. Alright, wait till you see this Quake Dash, okay? This is like one of the best Quake Dashes you'll ever see. This is like actually saving time with Quake Dash, so.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know who created the double hit, but the first time my eyes were really open to the possibilities of it was when Blank made a video where he's like outside of Turtle Rock and he's just repeatedly stunning them all while moving around.
Yeah, it's a pretty good video. You gotta watch it. I liked it a lot. Alright, so Turtle Rock luckily wasn't one of the harder segments for me, because I guess I don't know if I'm just practiced a lot of the rooms a lot, so they're a bit easier. But I was able to test this strat out in here where it saves like 5 frames or something over the regular strat. You can actually go too fast in here. 558 is actually too fast for that chest, but so I had to start the dash a little later, or a little bit more right before dashing down from the top. Definitely works well in there. This strat's pretty good here.
Yeah, the key dash is really fast, and then
I mean, that was the best strat I was able to do with that RNG. It really was. Like, I wasn't like trying to use that strat, but it was the fastest.
The Brahmin.
The 748 too. Good luck beating that time. That's a tough one. I know that's a hard time to beat. The movement was really good.
Brahmin Block Blast, but the Brahmin Block Blast does not work with every RNG, no.
Yeah, it doesn't work with every RNG. If you get the late aggro, you can take a hit there. So sometimes you have to wait.
By the way, that key dash is hot.
Yeah, that key dash is the best strat in that room for that RNG. So that RNG can actually be the slowest or the fastest RNG.
If you get bunnied, it turns into the slowest one.
Yeah, the only reason it's not it's only not faster in some cases, just because of the aggro. It's a good dash out. There's only like 2 RNGs where you can make that bonk work. Also, when you exit that tube, you just gotta hold up. You can just like tap left on the D-pad. This room's pretty good too. Yeah, that bonk only works with that RNG and the up left or upright RNG. So you want to exit the room at like 5.4x or 5.5x. You can only make that cycle with 2 RNGs though. You have to do the room fast, but it does work. You got to use a visual cue for the roller, because the double pokey room triggers the that roller starts moving when you enter the double pokey room. So depending on how fast you do double pokies will depend on the positioning of that roller. It's pretty good. Cane dash here. Also, you want to make that platform pretty far right there.
Yeah, as far right as you can.
Get a little boost from the. You want to make sure this last slash boosts you over to the right a little bit. I got the the double hit there. That's what saves a lot of time.
Yeah, you want Trinex, like immediately after he throws his neck at you. You want him to start exploding. That's when you know you were fast.
One thing I was thinking about testing, which also I didn't think about until after, but you can probably charge your sword later to save lag.
Maybe. It isn't really known what causes the double hit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's really weird anomaly, but it does save time. And Trinex is a little hard to save, to go for maximum time save on, but I hope you guys are hyped for Ganon's Tower. 645 Turtle Rot. So,
Ganon's Tower has some interesting things that are going to happen.
Yeah, the first thing you're going to see here is you want to cancel this dash below the tower, like one pixel below the tower, like that, with no sword out. It saves ton of lag.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know what it saves on the real ROM, but
It's somewhere between 1/4 of a second and 1/3 of a second.
yeah. I couldn't beat Mike's time on that screen, but
That's a tough screen.
yeah. That was in Mike the Viewer Find as well. It's a tough room.
So is this. These are a series of tough rooms. This double switch room is going to be different from GT5, and what I'm pretty sure is better. Yeah,
like
that's so fast. Yeah, Scudge came up with that So shoutouts to him.
Oh, maybe it was a WQ fine. I thought it was a mic fine. So hard to credit everyone appropriately. Alright, so we're gonna go full on try hard the back end of this tower. Not really, but you're gonna like this strat here. So you can actually pull the bomb out extremely late if you're gonna grab this arrow chest. The bomb explodes during opening the chest, so you don't lose time for pulling the bomb out later. Also, try hard Armos here.
Tryhard would be doing Yuzu.
Well, yeah, Yuzu,
Barely
but
tryhard.
this is as try hard as you can get with this strat. I can't do Yuzu. Oh, there's your chest turn, Jaden, and Pinkus.
Yeah, the mic arrows are about 20 frames faster than the arrows after Big Key, which you would think would, you know, what? Those arrows are right there, but because while you're opening the chest, the bomb is exploding, it just ends up being better. These rooms are tough.
I actually had to learn this strat for the TAS, and I actually know how to do it now. Could have did a little better, but I'm happy with the 456. 1436? Oh my god, dude. Well, there's a second for GodTest 6 you can have. Alright, these gauntlet rooms are pretty good, so...
Yeah, I think Jaden measures his times from the preset, which already loads you in the room, so it might be a little different compared to yours.
This was the best strat I can get for this room. For that RNG. I tried everything in that room, and that was still the fastest. I recorded all this in OBS and just put it together in Adobe Premiere, which was kindly provided by Josh. This room's hard to do good. Couldn't be GT5. I tried though. Some rooms you gotta take the L on, man. It's just the way it is. Alright, so this room I do the rod dash, but I don't like it. I just don't. I don't know why. I just don't like what it does to that second room. I don't know. It's just preference, really. But it was faster.
It was a very good conveyor bomb wall. And of course, if you do those series of rooms from Torches 2 all the way to that room before Mold Worm 2 fast enough, you skip the jingle.
Yeah.
Which
that's
pretty hard to do in a run. I don't know if anyone's even done it in a run. I imagine maybe WQ or Zelma has.
It's a Dom 2 turn chi strat right there. That's really
Oh yeah, that's new as well.
That was actually really good for not having hook too, so that strat came in handy just in time. The slash was to guarantee the dash through the door, Jaden. Apparently makes it consistent, and it did work for me when doing that room.
Oh, Pinkus has done Jingle Skit. What's up?
Yeah, And this Ganon's tower was so crazy. Whoa! $632, and it's not even the fastest. You can beat. I think it's sub 630. It's better RNG and strats probably. Alright, this is just your generic Ganon fight. But with no menu, of course.
Yeah.
No warps, of course. A lazy 139. Well, maybe. I farmed this fight for a while. There was one thing I wanted to show off, and it was spinning the blue Ganon, but I couldn't get. I was having a lot of issues trying to get a good fight. So I took the first sub 140 I got.
One thing you'll see here is the cape spin right here to get him on a good cycle. Those spins are really, like, after he's thrown the fire to light the torch and spin him, it's like a 2 or 3 frame window.
That was
with
scary.
no good cue, really. So
nice run. I do get the Ganon dash. Yeah, it's a 2 frame window, right? You said?
yeah, it's like 2 or 3, I think.
It's very tight. Easy game.
The other torch isn't going out because of what we call torch glitch, where he lit the left one before the right one ever had a chance to go out. And if you do that, the right one never goes out.
Yep. Easy game. I'm gonna submit this to the leaderboards. Hopefully the mods will never know. I'll just verify my own run. But yeah, I hope you guys get some use out of this. It was really fun to kind of like. The process was fun, but doing it was a pain in the ass. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know how the hell Jaden's done like 5 of these things or whatever it is, or just doing more than one. I can't even like imagine. It's crazy. But I want to thank Josh for one, letting me use Adobe to do this, and for helping me with room times. Pinkus, of course, for the practice hack, and you know, also helping with room times. Mike, he helped a lot. So I mean, just it was just so much better with more people helping you out. That's for sure. Whoa. Well, thanks for all the subs. I mean, I'm sorry that I like couldn't like keep up with it, but I just really wanted to get this information and not get distracted.
So when's runs, Blunt?
Really soon. Like, so when you might be thinking, like, you've been practicing for the last 2 months, obviously. But, I mean, the way you have to do a TAS... Oh, thanks for the tits to me, Mario. Really helps the stream. When you play in a TAS setting versus, like, a setting you would play in RTA, it's not the same. You gotta kind of, like... I don't know, I'm gonna have to, like, probably go and do a practice sweep. And kind of just refine some things. Because you're doing everything try hard in a TAS. You're just trying to get the fastest room. Try hard pumps. Try hard door enters, strats, all that stuff.
Frame perfect dashing.
Frame perfect dashing. Like, that's stuff that... That's the stuff you lose in a run. So... Yeah. But I hope more people decide to like make these sorts of theory TASs for this game. I feel like it's GodTas 5. I mean, to this day, still like is very useful, just for as long as it's been around. Thanks for the enormous knob pyramid. Yeah, this was more of like a more consistent thing versus trying to go for everything as fast as I possibly could. Jaden's roasting me so bad. I'm gonna leave all that to you, so you can like make GodTas 6, and you can go for all the super try hard stuff.
I have a resource I'm working on that'll have Cactus Dash. Don't worry.
Yeah, what Josh is making right now is gonna be very useful as well. I guess I have to thank Jaden too, because like he like inspired me to like make a TAS for this. So, you know, I used GT5 religiously to make sure I got the best I can get on this TAS. So I do appreciate the work that you put into the game. Can a TAS come out for you? Could I'm gonna leave that to you, Magius. You can do that. I have full faith in you. I mean, this is the fastest theory TAS. So like, one of the reasons this is faster is because this is on console. So that beats Jaden's TAS by 14 seconds, I think, automatically because of frame rate. And then I did get 2 cycle Aghanim versus 3, which he got in his TAS, which I think is what, 6 seconds? 7? I can't remember how much 2 versus 3 cycle is.
In Aga 2?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, that's like 5 or 6 seconds.
So like 20 seconds?
6 seconds.
So
it should be the same as Aga 1, so 6 seconds for an extra cycle.
Okay. So I want to say I beat Jaden's TAS by about 20 seconds. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Yeah, Jaden didn't go for like he didn't take the best RNG everywhere, like in Escape. He slashes some of the rats. Hellway. There's a lot of stuff like that I noticed. Before it being on emulator, I don't know how the hell you did that on emulator. It blows my mind. Submit this to Twin Galaxies. I'll get right on that. But yeah, I guess that's... If you guys had any questions, I can like rewind the tape after the credits are done. Did you guys have any specific questions I can go over? Yeah, I don't know about that, Jack. Oh, I'm sorry. Asked 3 times. What did I miss? Dude, I'm sorry. It was keeping up with chat's been a nightmare. I forgot how to stream, so forgive me. It's been 2 months. I mean, this is a VLC tape. You can see the cone at the end. No one's asking me. Rez still hasn't asked me what he needed to ask me. Oh, yeah, I don't. I was getting to that. I forgot. Okay, thank you. I mean, I guess if everything was absolutely perfect, you can get in the 122x range, maybe.
That'll happen in the year 2025.